Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Take Action News. David Shuster here. We're talking about the issue of guns and gun control, and few of us, thankfully, know what it's like to be in a classroom when an armed gunman bursts in through the door and starts randomly shooting people. Colin Goddard knows all about that. He was a student at Virginia Tech when a gunman shot him and killed 32 people in the deadliest mass shooting in U.S. history. Colin now works for the Brady campaign, the Brady gun control campaign effort. Colin, welcome to Take Action News. Good of you to join us.
Hey, thanks for having me.
So, Colin, first, what went through your mind when you heard the news and saw the news about the recent shooting in Newtown, Connecticut, with 20 children massacred?
I mean, David, I was just trying to get over, I'm trying to understand what happened in Oregon earlier that same week. And remember that mall shooting happened the beginning of that week, and then on Friday morning, I turned on my Twitter account and saw something come across, and I just sank in my chair. As much as you feel like you've done so much, you feel like you're back at day one when you see this happen to another town, another group of families, and it was a tough, long day to see that and learn all the news and hear it about, but try ultimately to, try to put that negativity towards something positive as motivation to keep doing this, keep talking about these issues so that we can actually do something so that these situations don't keep occurring in this country.
We're going to talk about your efforts in just a second, but tell us again, Colin, about where you were on the Virginia Tech campus and what that awful day was like for you.
Yeah, a little over 5.5 years ago now, I was a senior in Virginia Tech taking a spring 9 a.m. Monday morning French class when halfway through conjugating French verbs, we started to hear loud banging noises coming from outside of our room that we thought first was construction because we heard all sorts of weird noises, but as the bangs got much louder and much closer, you could tell this was not construction. You could tell this was something like happening inside of our classroom. And the teacher immediately went to the door to see what was going on, and as soon as she opened it, she slammed it back shut and she said, "Everybody underneath your desk, somebody call 911. And for the first time in my life, I dialed 911 and basically got out the information of where I was in Norris Hall, and we had bullets coming through our door. And the next about 9.5 minutes was probably the longest 9.5 minutes of my entire life. It was just a constant sound of gunfire. And at the end of that, I had been shot 4 times, once above my knee, twice in my hips, and once through my shoulder. But I was one of the lucky 7 who survived out of the class of 17 that day, including my teacher. And had 6 days in the hospital, had a couple months of physical therapy. And ultimately, I think what I learned after the fact of how this day came to be and how I continue to see shootings happen to other people kind of finally compelled me to step up and share my story, talk about the issues of gun violence in this country that seems to be taboo, so that we can ultimately seem to get something done collectively. And now finally this past week I had a meeting with the Vice President of the United States of America. It was quite incredible to be in to go from, your French class floor to the Capitol building like that, So I feel really good about it.